Criticism of Google includes concern for tax avoidance, misuse and manipulation of search results, its use of others' intellectual property, concerns that its compilation of data may violate people's privacy, and collaboration with the U.S. military on Google Earth to spy on users, censorship of search results and content, and the energy consumption of its servers, as well as concerns over traditional business issues such as monopoly, restraint of trade, antitrust, idea borrowing, indexing and presenting false information and propaganda in search results, and being an ideological echo chamber. Google's parent company, Alphabet Inc., is an American multinational public corporation invested in internet search, cloud computing, and advertising technologies. Google hosts and develops a number of internet-based services and products, and generates profit primarily from advertising through its AdWords program. Google's stated mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. This mission, and the means used to accomplish it, have raised concerns among the company's critics. Much of the criticism pertains to issues that have not yet been addressed by cyber law. Shona Ghosh, a journalist for Business Insider, noted that an increasing digital resistance movement against Google has grown a major hub for critics of Google in order to organize to abstain from using Google products as the Reddit page for the subreddit r/Google. Google has been accused by a number of countries of avoiding paying tens of billions of dollars of tax through a convoluted scheme of intercompany licensing agreements and transfers to tax havens. For example, Google has used highly contrived and artificial distinctions to avoid paying billions of pounds in corporate tax owed by its UK operations. On May 15, 2013, Margaret Hodge, the chair of the United Kingdom Public Accounts Committee, accused Google of being calculated and unethical over its use of the scheme. Google chairman Eric Schmidt has claimed that this scheme of Google is capitalism, and that he was very proud of it. In November 2012, the UK government announced plans to investigate Google, along with Starbucks and Amazon.com, for possible tax avoidance. In 2015, the UK government introduced a new law intended to penalize Google and other large multinational corporations as artificial tax avoidance. On the 20th of January 2016, Google announced that it would pay £130 million in back taxes to settle the investigation. However, only 8 days later, it was announced that Google could end up paying more, and UK tax officials were under investigation for what has been termed a sweetheart deal for Google. Google cut its taxes by $3.1 billion in the period of 2007 to 2009 using a technique that moves most of its foreign profits through Ireland and the Netherlands to Bermuda. Afterwards, the company started to send £8 billion in profits a year to Bermuda. Google's income shifting, involving strategies known to lawyers as the double Irish and the Dutch sandwich, helped reduce its overseas tax rate to 2.4%, the lowest of the top 5 U.S. technology companies by market capitalization, according to regulatory filings in 6 countries. According to economist and member of the PVDA delegation inside the Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament, a fraud of this rate from Facebook would have meant a loss from 1,262 to 3,155 million of euros in the EU. The European Commission has pursued several competition law cases against Google. Namely, in June 2015, Google reached an advertising agreement with Yahoo, which would have allowed Yahoo to feature Google advertisements on its web pages. The alliance between the two companies was never completely realized because of antitrust concerns by the U.S. Department of Justice. As a result, Google pulled out of the deal in November 2018. In testimony before a U.S. Senate antitrust panel in September 2011, Eric Schmidt, Google's chairman, said that the Internet is the ultimate level playing field, where users were one click away from competitors, beyond the existence of alternatives. Google's large market share was another aspect of the debate, as this exchange between Senator Herb Kohl and Mr. Schmidt at the September Senate hearing illustrates. During the hearing, Mike Lee, Republican of Utah, accused Google of cooking its search results to favor its own services. Mr. Schmidt replied, "Senator, I can assure we haven't cooked anything." In testimony before the same Senate panel, Jeffrey Katz and Jeremy Stoppelman, the chief executives from Google's competitors Nextag and Yelp, said that Google tilts search results in its own favor, limiting choice and stifling competition. In October 2012, it was reported that the U.S. Federal Trade Commission staff were preparing a recommendation that the government sue Google on antitrust grounds. The areas of concern include accusations of